Alright, so let's talk about what I consider to be the craziest, most unexpected outcome in an MMA fight I have ever seen. And that is TJ Dillashaw not only beating Renan Barao, but completely dominating and finishing Renan Barao, a guy who is ranked number 3 in the pound for pound list. Before the fight started, I'll be honest, I didn't give TJ a chance in hell of winning. And that's coming from a guy who was 100% sure and predicted that Chris Weidman would defeat Anderson Silva twice. With TJ, I just couldn't see how he would win the fight. I didn't think he had the speed, the power, conditioning, or talent to compete with Renan Barao. I thought Renan Barao would just go in there, throw a few strikes, and finish him in the first round, but man did I eat my words. So the fight starts off, and the very first thing that I noticed was how good TJ was moving. He was constantly moving left and right, never moving straight back, constantly switching stances, creating angles, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh man, this might just get very interesting, and it did. The second thing I noticed was how fast he was. The speed of his footwork, his punches, how fast he was creating those angles. I was like, what the heck? This dude is quick. And then he starts landing those leg kicks. Now, it didn't really have a lot of power behind him, but as he was landing those kicks, Barao was just eating them, not making any attempts to check those kicks, and that bothered me so much. If TJ is setting up those kicks and throwing them too fast for Barao to see them, that's a problem. Okay, if Barao thinks the kicks have no steam behind him and he can just eat them all night, that's also a problem. And if he isn't even attempting to check those kicks and at least create some counter opportunities, that's a massive problem. And as I was thinking that, I hear MMA Game scream, "Oh my god, he knocked him down!" And his footage was a few seconds ahead of mine, so I'm thinking, wait, Barao knocked him down? I mean, come on, it's gotta be Barao. Why are you so shocked about that? And then I saw it. Overhand right by TJ, lands flush, and Barao just dropped. I thought he was out. And from then onwards, the fight was pretty much done. I couldn't believe that I was looking at Renan Barao, the number 3 pound for pound fighter, on the ground trying to survive, and TJ was just cranking his neck trying to finish him. It was brutal. When Renan Barao finally stood back up, you could tell that he was just done. He was completely done. He was hit by one of those overhand punches from hell that doesn't knock you out clean, but just straight up messes you up, and that's exactly what happened to Barao. From round 1 to round 5, TJ was outstriking him with superior footwork, great angles, dominant cruise style angles, fast punches, sneaky, crafty, well set up kicks, and a level of pressure that honestly most Brazilian fighters just tend to succumb to. TJ just kept hitting this dude, and he had an answer for every single thing that Barao did. Now, in my opinion, if I was in Renan Barao's corner after that first round, my advice would have been grapple, grapple, grapple. You need to turn this into a grappling match. Attempt takedowns, clinch up with this guy, use your strength, and in the scrambles, look for submissions. That's how he submitted Michael McDonald, another amazing striker. He got tagged in the feet a couple times, he didn't like it, so he turned that fight into a grappling match, and he eventually submitted Michael McDonald. But throughout the whole fight, Barao didn't go for a single takedown. He wasn't trying to adjust, he wasn't switching things up, and that's what happens when a fighter has never been tested. When they eventually get tested, sometimes they just don't know what the heck to do anymore. And that's exactly what happened to Renan Barao. He straight up had no idea what to do in there against TJ. He fought with heart, he definitely tried to win, and he landed a few shots, a few hard shots. But all that wasn't enough, and in the 5th round, he got wobbled with a sick, sneaky head kick. Got dropped, and eventually got finished by TJ. Amazing performance. A lot of people are saying this is the best performance they've ever seen, and I honestly agree with that. Considering who TJ beat and how he beat him, I can even say that this was more impressive than Weidman knocking out Anderson Silva or Matt Serra knocking out GSP, because it can be argued that those guys got caught, but Barao didn't get caught. He got dominated and eventually finished. And the craziest part about the whole thing, now we have a champion, we have a new champion, a new bantamweight champion, who is not even in the new UFC game about to be released in just a few weeks, and that's insane. That was extremely short-sighted by EA. This guy was a top contender for a while, and the fact that he won't be in the game and he's a champion on day one is just a massive shame. But no worries though. I read earlier today in a hands-on article that he will be released in the DLC free of charge, so that's some good news at least. But man, that was a crazy unexpected outcome. For Barao to lose like that, man, he's got to come back with some vengeance, and he's got to come back fast. And he was just about to gain that mainstream acceptance too, and then this goes and happens. Oh well, I hope he's alright. I wish him a quick recovery, and I hope he comes back stronger than ever. But that's it. Let me know in the comments what your reaction was when TJ won the belt. Were you surprised? Did you predict the win? Did you think he would lose like he did? And do you think Barao looked kinda off last night? Let me know in the comments section, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Be safe.